You know that place, right? The project graveyard. It's where all these brilliant, exciting ideas go to die after burning through tons of time, money, and morale. So in this explainer, we're going to break down a super simple two-question framework that can save your next great idea from that exact fate. It really all starts with this one question. Why is it that so many ideas that seem amazing at first just fizzle out and fail? And look, the answer is, well, it's deceptively simple. It's because a flash of inspiration is just not the same thing as a real, viable opportunity. Coming up with ideas, that's the easy part. Actually vetting them, that's hard. But there's a powerful two-step process that bridges this gap, the one between a cool thought and a valuable, real-world initiative. Okay, so here it is. It all boils down to two fundamental questions. First, you've got the reality check. Can we actually do this? And second, the value proposition. Okay, but should we do this? Think of these as the two big gates every single idea has to pass through to prove it's worth pursuing. So let's start with that first gate, the one that grounds every idea in reality. Can we? And that's what we call a feasibility analysis. It's basically a hardcore, systematic check to see if a project can truly be pulled off, given all the real-world constraints you're facing. It's the ultimate go or no-go decision on whether something is even possible in the first place. I love this analogy because it just clicks. Think about building a house. You wouldn't start drawing up blueprints and hiring contractors before you inspect the land, right? You have to know if the ground can even support the building you want to build. That inspection, that's your feasibility analysis. So what's on this reality checklist? Well, you've got the obvious stuff. Technical. Do we actually have the technology for this? Financial. Can we afford it? But it also covers things people often forget, like operational feasibility. Can we support this thing after it launches? Or schedule. Can we get this done in a time frame where it's still relevant? A no on any one of these can be a silent project killer. Seriously. Okay, awesome. So let's say your idea passes the can we test. The foundation is solid, but hold on, we're not done yet. Now we have to ask the second, and I'd argue just as important question. Should we? This is where the cost-benefit analysis, or CBA, enters the picture. It's no longer about possibility. It's all about desirability. A CBA is just a structured way to weigh all the costs of a project against all the benefits to see if it actually creates enough value to be worth all the effort. Let's go right back to our house example. The foundation checked out, we know it's feasible to build. Now the CBA is like doing the financial modeling. We know we can build the house, but is it a good investment? Is it ultimately going to be worth more than everything we pour into it? And a truly great cost-benefit analysis goes deep. On the cost side, it's not just development. You've got to include marketing, support, and here's the big one people miss, opportunity cost. What's the value of the other project you're not doing because you chose this one? And then on the benefits side, you got to think beyond just new revenue. What about cost reductions, better customer retention, or even the intangible stuff, like a huge boost to your brand's reputation? But here's where it gets a little tricky. When you're weighing all those costs and benefits, they don't all happen on day one, right? They're spread out over time. And to do this right, you have to factor in a fundamental law of finance, the time value of money. So, let me ask you this. Is $1,000 in your hand today worth more than $1,000 that I promised to give you in 5 years? The answer is yes, absolutely, 100% yes. Because of inflation, which eats away at its value, because of the risk you might never even get it, and because you could take that $1,000 today and invest it to make more money. $1 today is always worth more than $1 tomorrow. So, how do we solve for this? With a cool tool called net present value, or NPV. Now, don't get scared by the name. Just think of it as a time machine for money. It takes all those future costs and benefits and translates them into what they're worth in today's dollars. That way, you can make a fair apples-to-apples comparison. So let's bring it all home. We've got these two powerful concepts. How do we put them together to make smarter, faster, and just plain safer decisions? It's a clear, sequential path. You always start with the feasibility analysis. If the answer to can we is no, you stop right there. There's no point in calculating the value of something you literally can't build. But if the answer is yes, then you move on to the cost-benefit analysis to answer, should we? And that's it. This simple two-step process is your guardrail against waste. It's the filter that turns that flood of speculative ideas into a pipeline of well-vetted, high-value initiatives. It's what keeps you from making those expensive trips to the project graveyard. And remember this, okay? The point of all this analysis isn't to spit out some perfect number. It's to give you the clarity and the confidence to make a well-reasoned decision. That's the real output. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. For whatever project you're working on right now, what's the one big assumption that really desperately needs a better answer to either can we or should we?